Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Today I'm bringing you one of my first festive looks. This is focused more on those cranberry golden shades you see this time of year. They are my all-time favorite, so let's get right into it. To start off, I'm using my Hangover RX primer from Too Faced. This is an amazing option if you find you have dehydrated or dry skin, as well as people who deal with maybe like a combination skin and find their skin just to be very dehydrated. This is great as a starter primer. Taking my Naked Skin foundation from Urban Decay. I haven't used this one in quite some time, but I've definitely fallen back in love with it. It's really good for more of a medium to full coverage. You can definitely build it up to your desire. What I really like about it is it's so thin and I don't feel too cakey. My only concern is that if you have very dehydrated or very dry skin or very oily skin, it does not like those types of skin. It's kind of really truly only built for people with maybe a normal to combination skin or someone that is well with who does well with their skincare. Just because I do find it'll pick up any dry patches or it will separate if you're too oily. So definitely keep that in mind if you're thinking about a foundation to buy. Going in with my Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer. This is a serum concealer, so it is meant only for the under eye area. Works beautifully. It has such an amazing coverage. I love, love, love the look it gives. Definitely been one of my favorites for so long. You definitely see me use this quite often. Going in with my brush first just to pack that onto certain areas, and then I'm just going to blend out the excess with my Beauty Blender. Going in with this really random NYC translucent powder, I'm going to bake underneath my eyes. And basically what this means is I'm going to pack on that loose translucent powder with a damp beauty blender underneath my eyes. And I'm going to let that set or bake just for a couple minutes. That way, it will really help with any creasing that you may find underneath your eyes. Just make sure that you're using a powder that is suitable for the under eye area because sometimes it can just make it look a little bit more cakey and it can dry out your eye area. Now going in with my Hourglass powder. This is the illuminating one. I really enjoy this powder. I find it, because it has the hyaluronic acid in it, it's fantastic powder for people who deal with more dehydrated or dry skin. It just makes it so that it's so much easier. You know, you can use a powder without having to worry about it picking up any dry spots. Now going in with my Marcel Sun Disc. I don't know the exact name, but just using it to warm up certain areas of my face as well as my neck. So going around the outer perimeters of my face, my cheekbones, and then down the sides of my neck, just to make sure everything is blended and looks proper and there's no difference between colors. Again, going in with my everyday average contour using the Smashbox contour kit. I definitely need to pick up some new stuff soon, maybe something not from Sephora since I've tried absolutely everything there. So if you do have any recommendations for even like a drugstore contour, please let me know. Now I'm taking the ColourPop Super Shock blush, and this is in the shade Cheerio. This is fantastic. I love the stuff. I love the formula. A beautiful cranberry tone. My only downside with it is you definitely have to use a synthetic brush and not a natural bristled brush. The synthetic bristles just pick up the creamy texture better. It's kind of like a cream to powder formula, so you definitely have to make sure you just have a good brush for it or even a beauty blender. Now I'm just brushing the excess of that powder away. It's definitely helped to just make sure nothing creases, and as you can tell, it's kind of added a bit of a nice highlight too underneath my eyes. So I am absolutely obsessed with baking. I probably will never stop. It's so good for clients. It's fantastic. Definitely try it if you have not yet. Now going in with Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop, I'm just going to use a mixture of the two as my highlight, applying it to the tops of my cheeks, my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, my Cupid's bow, and a little bit on the chin. Moving on to brows, I'm using my Anastasia brow powder in the shade medium brown with my angled brow pencil brush. And honestly, I'm just going to zoom through this and just show you one eyebrow. This is something you've seen me do multiple times before. I don't need to go into detail, but I always start at the tail end of my brow and work my way inward. That way, I'm leaving more of those intense tones to the outer brow and not focusing so far inwards, or else it's going to make my eyes look closer together, and it's just not cute. It's just not a cute look for me. Taking my Benefit Gimme Brow, I'm just going to apply that over my eyebrows just to set them in place and add a little bit more color to them. I really, really love this stuff. I don't think they've changed the formula since they changed the packaging. So it's really great if you want a more natural look and you want to wear it on its own, or you need some sort of a gel to add a bit of color and set your eyebrows in place. This is an amazing option. To prime my eyes, I'm using my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Wow, that was like a tongue twister for a second. I'm just going to apply this all over my eyelid as well as underneath my eyes, and it just really helps to act as kind of a color corrector for the tops of my eyes because I have very blue veins around them, as well as just really set those eyeshadows in place so they do not move all day. Taking my double exposure palette from Smashbox, I'm going to be working with the shades Veil, Espresso, and Fig. Love, love, love these shades. So going first in with the Veiled tone, I'm going to apply that all over my eyelids as my base color. Now going in with the shade Espresso, which is the dark, warm brown tone shade, I'm just going to apply that to the outer corner as well as my crease with a fluffy blending brush. That way it's going to disperse it a little bit more and give it a little bit more of a smoky vibe versus concentrating it right into those certain areas. I'm going to be working with Fig next, and I'm just gonna go between the two shades Fig and Espresso and just kind of work them with different brushes and different techniques and different areas of the eye just to really intensify that outer corner and that crease with both those shades. Now on to my favorite shade of all time. I'm using MAC Cranberry. This is actually my backup shade because my other one is in a different palette, which I can't find, and I hit pan on that one already, so figured it was time to go in with this guy anyways. It's the most beautiful, true to color cranberry shade with an iridescent tone to it. It is absolutely stunning. I use it all the time, and I'm just applying that right to the outer area of my eye with a small smudging brush. That way I can really apply it right dead on. And then I'm just going to blend out any harsh lines again with my blending brush just on that outer corner. Next, going in with the shade Creme Brulee from the Chocolate Bar palette by Too Faced, I'm going to pack that onto the inner area of my eyelid. It's a beautiful golden tone, and it really adds to this look. I love cranberry shades and gold shades together, especially this time of year. Now going in again with that Prosecco Pop, I'm going to just pack that over top of that other golden shade on my eyelid, as well as add it to the inner corner and my brow bone. Now just going back in with the cranberry shade, just trying to intensify everything as well as bring it underneath my eyes, just to really add to that cranberry tone that we're going for. Now I did my upper lash mascara and eyeliner off camera, but I wanted to show you this Clinique Chubby Lash Fattening Mascara. This is in the shade Bodacious Black Honey. Very fancy. I'm using this, and the reason I'm using it is because it has that berry cranberry shade to it. It is absolutely stunning. I love adding a bit of a pop of color to my lower lashes. I find it gives a really beautiful look to the eyes, and if you have hazel eyes like me, it really, really loves to bring out those green tones, which is why I absolutely adore this mascara. Going in a bit with my Nivea lip balm, I'm just applying it just to the outer areas of my lips because I find those tend to be the areas that liquid lipsticks like to crack up and dry out. Then taking my Sephora Collection Blackberry Sorbet Lip Cream, an all-time staple of mine, I'm going to apply that. And because this is a matte shade, I wanted to show you two different options for your lips. So, of course, I went ahead and applied this one and displayed it for you. So you could always stop here or you could go along with the next step that I'm about to show you. So because I wanted to add a little bit more oomph to the lips and really make them stand out, I went over that with my OCD Lip Tar in Black Metal Dahlia. So this is actually the metallic version of the Black Dahlia, which is a matte lip tar. It is absolutely stunning. I got this ages ago. I absolutely love it. So it's a cranberry tone, very true to the same Sephora Collection shade. This one just adds some iridescence, and it's got kind of gold flecks to it. So it is just absolutely stunning and makes your lips really stand out. So I thought it would be perfect to complete this look. And that is the finished look, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really sad about how the cranberry tones on my eyelids actually turned out in these closer shots. It seems like they're barely there at all. Super sad, but that's okay. They're there. You can always intensify them a little more, add some more red tones to the eyes if you enjoy it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please give it a thumbs up and share with your friends.